Let's see. Let's see what happens this time. I can answer your question. It was a joke. I began living by myself. See you tomorrow at school. Is it okay if we swim here? I came to thank you. Return to your room. I hope that helps. Let's wait till he comes back. I hate it when you do that. Hand me that bag. It's so stupid. I forgot to close the window. It doesn't look like water. I don't know who Tom's wife is. Let's start with the good news. Let me tell you my plans. I go to school 5 days a week. You don't have to go to school today. I was the only one who knew about it. This place is really noisy. It doesn't matter what I think. Don't forget to lock the door. Remember to say thank you. I can't keep lying to Tom. I can still remember a little French. I'm afraid I took your umbrella by mistake. I don't agree with you on this point. You look depressed. Did something happen? I advise you to stop smoking. Wake me up when we get to Tom's. I feel like going out for a walk. You may leave at any time. Don't be late for the meeting tomorrow. It seems like Tom is in love. It's just a game. It sounds like someone's crying. It was nothing but a coincidence. Don't make me angry. I want to apologize for what I did. I can see why Tom doesn't want to go. I have no time to engage in gossip. I managed to get there in time. Go back to your seat. I can't remember the last time I took a vacation. It takes time to do something. It takes an hour to get to the station. I decided to go swimming. It was me who paid the bill. Promise me you won't do that. Be careful when crossing the street. I don't think Tom saw us. I borrowed the book from this library. There's no chance Tom will be here on time. I seldom drink coffee. It's clear Tom and Mary want to spend time together. See if the gas is turned off. I asked him to go to my room for my glasses. Keep away from the fire. Tom became a policeman. Both of my parents can speak French. What exactly are you looking for? Perhaps it will rain tomorrow. I've never been to Boston before. Look what I found under the sofa. It's already open. Are you afraid of dogs? How about going to a movie? Tom knows how to make Mary happy. It's time for you to go to bed. It was obvious that Tom wanted to kiss Mary. It's been 3 years since Tom graduated from high school. Tom began to try to lose weight a few months ago. I can't come right now. I don't expect you to understand this. Tom bumped into Mary on his way to school. This looks delicious. Who's your favorite American actor? All I need is 3 more days. If I have a lot of money, I will buy a car. Tom wondered which one he should buy. How do we upload photos to your website? I probably speak French better than Tom. It's too expensive. Try not to think about it. Tom managed to put out the fire by himself. When does the bus leave? Some of the workers have no experience. Neither Tom nor Mary went to Boston. No matter who says so, it's not true. Can you teach me how to play the guitar like you do? Tom asked if I needed a taxi. Are you good at math? How exactly does this work? Let's ask Tom if he knows what to do. In a way, I'm glad I never met Tom. Tom is a native speaker of French. Have you been working there for long? Are you interested in politics? Tom must be getting sleepy. A lot of A lot of time was wasted. How big? How big is your house? There's plenty of time. Twice as. Your room is twice as large as mine. All you ever talk about is work. In any case, I'll call you tomorrow. In the future, many workers will be replaced by robots. Put away your toys. I often go to the movies. Tom only drinks coffee. I'm able to swim. Tom was very rude to Mary. Where are my books? By the time we got there, it was already too late. Tom made me swear not to tell Mary about what he did. All I want for Christmas is a guitar. Where will you be on Monday? There's obviously been a mistake. Would you like to ask me something else? Tom hardly ever listens to the radio. Tom never dates older women. This is one of my favorite movies. All we have to do is wait. Tom asked when. Tom asked Mary when she had bought her car. Tom wants to be a hero. Tom came back home after dark. Wait here for a while. Come on, just answer the question. There's nothing more to say. This is your last chance. It's more difficult than it looks. Tom found the keys he thought he had lost. There is a bank in front of the hotel. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do. Put down your weapons. In case something happens to me, I'd like you to take care of my children. This room is too dark. Tom told Mary he had a lot of money. I definitely don't want to get married. Tom will arrive in Boston at 2:30. This should be washed. Let's hope that's the last time that happens. You can't ignore it. How high is that building? Here are your keys. I'm thinking about changing jobs. Tom asked Mary about her new job in Boston. Do you always drink coffee with your breakfast? I'm a student. This looks like a good spot to set up camp. Tom finds it difficult to keep up with the rest of the class. Tom has been to Boston only once. 10 years younger than. My mother is 10 years younger than my father. I've got a job. For a short time. For a short time, Tom lived in Boston. Tom wanted to become a lawyer. This is just what I needed. How does Tom manage to stay so slim? This sounds fishy. Tom ought to show more respect to his grandfather. Tom invited me to his house after school. I can't imagine living without electricity. There are many books on this subject. How much is there left? Check Tom's pulse. What is made of? What is aspirin made of? When did you begin learning French? There may be something there. How do you say thank you in French? Let's stop talking and start working. After drinking 3 bottles of beer, Tom fell asleep. How long will it take you to paint my house? Be sure to turn off the light when you leave the room. When is a good time for you? Tom wants to know why you didn't call him back. Tom understood what Mary was saying. I have no idea how it works. I'm good at math. Few students can read Latin. Let's begin with the first chapter. I'm pretty sure that Tom now lives in Boston. I can teach you how to dance. I don't care for sports. For the past 10 years, I've fed my dog dry dog food. Tom was the last person I expected to see here. I'm interested in improving my French. What would I do without you? Let me ask you a simple question. Tom agreed to help Mary with her work. Tom woke up when the telephone rang. This is something Tom made for you. I need to know you're okay. I was worried you wouldn't come. How late may I call you? What time do you walk the dog? It was very enjoyable. Tom asked Mary how many hours a week she spent reading. There are too many people in this room. The sooner, the better. The sooner you leave, the better. The truth is that I didn't want to eat with Tom. Do you need me to? Do you need me to give you some money? What makes you? What makes you cry? It's been a long time since. It's been a long time since I last spoke French. I always brush my teeth before I go to bed. Most Hollywood movies have happy endings. I like English. I bet you can't catch me. I hardly ever watch TV. There's really nothing else to say. Tom sounds angry. There's no need to worry about Tom. The last thing I want to do is cause you any problems. One of the doors was broken. As usual, Tom was late. Do you have enough time to do that? Tom accidentally shot himself in the foot while cleaning his gun. As far as I know, Tom is still married. I'm happy with the way things turned out. All you need to do is remember these 3 very simple steps. I'm fed up with your complaining. Tom goes to the same school as I do. I prefer something to something. I'd prefer meat to fish. You have to be patient. Don't let Tom take advantage of you. There must be a way we can convince Tom to work for us. How long will the concert last? About how many books do you have? I wonder if it will rain tomorrow. Let Tom do that for you. A few days later, Tom found a new job. Tom looks like he wants to say something. This is probably the key that Tom is looking for. Apparently, I was wrong. You are my best friend. Where does it hurt? Do you ever sleep? Tom asked me why I was here. This is the first time I've ever written a letter in French. I don't care how much it costs, I'm going to buy it anyway. Look at the picture on the wall. Tom says that he knows you. I can't make that decision without talking to Tom first. Do I have to do it right away? Let's do this before it gets hot. Can you tell me how to get to the train station? Put on this sweater. In the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment, Tom slapped Mary. Let's concentrate on what needs to be done today. I agree with you on that point. Tom reluctantly handed Mary the money. When do I get paid? I was born in 1982 in Boston. I plan to come back tomorrow. Exactly where are we going? Almost everyone I know has a bicycle. Tom asked me what I wanted. Tom already knows what happened. All I can do at the moment is wait. It's easy to understand why Tom doesn't like Mary. At present, the cause of the disease is unknown. Obviously, Tom isn't Mary's type. Tom waited for Mary to come home. There's someone outside. For the record, Tom didn't have anything to do with this. Tom was wearing a gray suit and a red tie. Could I borrow your notes? Tom was unable to find Mary a good job. I rarely saw him at school. I'm hoping Tom doesn't show up. Instead of going to school, he stayed at home. Clean up your room. Come and see for yourself. How many years have you been studying French? First, let's talk about what Tom did. I could have helped you with your work. I want you to be my girlfriend. It's quite likely that Tom will come. 3 times the size of your flat is 3 times the size of mine. I'm ready to get back to work. I called Tom from the hospital. It looked like an orange. What's your favorite book? Can't you see we're very busy? Call me as soon as you get home. To put it bluntly, he's mistaken. This is the way he learned English. Tom realized it was useless to argue. Tom apologized to Mary for being late. Have you decided where you're going next summer? All we need is a little more practice. I prefer reading books to watching television. Thank you for coming. I hate talking about politics. How old were you when you stopped believing in Santa Claus? Have you ever been? Have you ever been to that Japanese restaurant on Park Street? I'm pleased with this result. Let's try to treat each other with respect. How much longer are you going to be here? All we want is information. Since it's important, I'll do it. I'm the one who came up with the idea. May I borrow a ruler? When should I come to pick you up tomorrow? There's really no reason for you to come to Boston. You sound like my mother. Let me introduce you to my beautiful wife. I don't care who Tom talks to. Be polite to everyone. Do you want me to buy you a drink? Tom intends to live in Boston for more than a year. I asked for their approval. Many more than. I have many more books than he has. I came here to warn you about Tom. How long has it been since we last met? I don't have enough money to buy everything I need. I have to think about it. All of them were wearing black. Eventually, Tom just gave up. I almost forgot to buy milk. Tom filled the room with cardboard boxes. Tom asked me to open the window. I have nothing to do with this. Let's go to the theater early so that we can get good seats. Tom wondered when the meeting would start. Go ahead and unwrap your gift. How do you think Tom found us? Give me a sip of your drink. Tom speaks French like a native speaker. What time will dinner be served? Doesn't Tom like Mary anymore? Don't hesitate to ask if you want anything. Clearly, that was a mistake. This is the best time of year to visit Boston. Tom asked Mary to give him a kiss. Tom was the last one to get here. I'm impressed with your French. I actually feel sorry for Tom. How far away is your farm? I'm beginning to understand why Tom loves Boston. Tom asked me for help when he was in trouble. In all probability, will arrive before them. Do you like to watch movies? What time does What time does that restaurant close? Tom used to eat out every day, but he can't afford to anymore. Tom has a lot of good ideas. That's the reason I'm here. I'm allergic to cigarette smoke. It was so noisy that we couldn't talk. I've been studying French since I was 13. Tom looks old for his age. For some reason, I'm wide awake and can't fall asleep. When did it begin to rain? This is pretty amazing. This is why I quit the job. This is so good. I can't figure out how to solve this problem. Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. There's nothing wrong with this bicycle. Anyway, it's my problem. I'm looking for an apartment to rent. Tom started screaming like a 15-year-old girl. Tom gave me useful advice. How about another piece of cake? For a moment, it looked as if Tom might start crying. This is where I brought my girlfriend on our first date. What's wrong with my computer? This is the worst movie I've ever seen. There seems to be a mistake. I don't mind sleeping on the couch. I don't believe Tom can do that. I encouraged Tom to learn French. I especially like your chocolate cake. Are you saying that's true? I don't care what Tom did. You have a good memory. Don't make fun of old people. Tom was here too. Everything is okay. Tom talked Mary into donating some money. At this time, you don't need to understand everything. From personal experience, I know that this language school is not very good. The most important thing you can do now is to remain calm. I'm proud of my work. Tell me about your trip to Boston. How bad is the pain? This is the place where Tom met Mary. I don't care I don't care if you like me or not. Keep in mind that. Keep in mind that Tom doesn't speak French very well. Where did I put my keys? You make me laugh. Tom can't afford to buy a new bicycle. How did you know? How did you know where I live? The best way to learn a language is to live in a country where it's spoken. I could do this myself. Tom should be there by 2:30. Tom forgot to feed Mary's dog. How could this all happen? Allow me to introduce myself. Choose any dress you like. Tell me how to do it. That's something to think about. All of a sudden, a dog began barking. Is it true that Tom is dating a Japanese girl? Tom wondered where Mary had spent the weekend. Tom wished Mary was with him. It's good to see you smile. What's the best? What's the best? What's the best cure for loneliness? Let me help you with your suitcases. I guess it was a joke. I was a student at that time. It's possible that Tom will get into Harvard. Are you going to go with me or not? Tom had to go home early today. Don't waste your time trying to convince Tom. I wish I had a beautiful girlfriend. Tom seems very sleepy. You look like $1,000,000. There's a lot of traffic here in the mornings. It's actually a good idea. I'm here because I need your help. I'm aware of what's going on. It appears that he's a student. What does he plan to do? Don't be so selfish. Tom said he couldn't loan any money to Mary. Everybody's in bed. Tom stopped talking when Mary came into the room. Tom still has no idea what's going on. Tom was a troubled child. Did you have a rough day? This is the only way I know how to do this. It's fun to ride a motorcycle. How long is this bridge? All you can do is All you can do is trust one another. There's something wrong with. There's something wrong with my computer. Tom believes that. Tom believes that unicorns are real. There's a good chance. There's a good chance he'll be elected. You should. You should think about it first. I didn't say this was my office. I bought a camera the other day. It's important to follow a strict diet. Do you have a girlfriend? This is such a waste of time. There's something I need to do this afternoon. To tell the truth, I didn't do my homework. What's the difference between jam and marmalade? Tom obviously wants to help Mary. It was stupid of you to believe Tom. It's rude to point at people. That's one of my favorite books. Which one is best? I know I can do it. I can only speak French and a little English. I enjoy music. Tom should know this already. Because of rain, I could not go out. Tom persuaded Mary to go to Boston with him. Call me if something happens. All you ever think about is work. Tom was the only one who saw Mary sneak into the room. How much cash do you have on you? It's strange that no one is on this street this time of the day. Tom hates shopping. There's nothing else to talk about. There are a lot of books in the library. Don't leave your glasses on the table. I love cats. How long do you think it'll take? Tom might be able to do that, but I doubt it. There's no time for explanations. Come back to the house. I was up all night reading a book. Are you suggesting Tom was murdered? It's rather cold for April. No matter where you go, I'll follow you. Now that I'm here, everything's going to be okay. Tom sometimes appears on TV. Don't call me when I'm at the office. You need to call Tom immediately. Tom spends Tom spends way too much time playing games. That's a good picture of you. Before doing that, you need to ask Tom for permission. I became friends with him while I was in Taiwan. There's no reason to get upset. There's a very good chance it was Tom who did that. Tom taught me how to play the guitar. How have you been? How have you been sleeping? I'm having trouble understanding you. All we know is that Tom is guilty. There's no way we can get this done. That's all I can tell you at this time. Tom blames Mary for everything. There's so much I want to show you. I must go home. There's a chance Tom will be late. If I had a lot of money, I would buy a car. Tom asked Mary not to leave him alone. Don't worry about the results of your test. The person who donated this money wishes to remain anonymous. It's definitely good news. I'll be right back. You'd better get back to class. Don't make me say it twice. I can hardly walk. All you have to do is push this button. Tom asked Mary for her telephone number. You must be hungry. Even though it was raining, we decided to take a walk. Tom definitely had enough time to get the job done. No sooner had it stopped raining than a beautiful rainbow appeared. Here is your book. I intend to stay in Boston for 3 days. Be careful not to cut yourself. Bring your children with you. Luckily, Tom had an extra umbrella. Tom asked Mary where she wanted to go for lunch. Are you almost finished with that? The same age as. He's about the same age as you. Let us know when you'll be coming to Boston. Tom almost never watches TV. Close the window, will you? England imports a great deal of oil. Tom actually likes Mary. I also heard a similar story. Tom made it clear that he didn't like the food. When are we going to? When are we going to do it? I believe I can help you. None of us like Tom. All right, let's try it again. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Get out of the water. Tom offered to feed my cat while I was out of town. Every time I read this book, I find something new. Can you recommend a good hotel in Boston? Tom asked me whether I liked Mary or not. Tom kept on making the same mistake. Tom really wants to be your friend. It's kind of hot. If I earned a lot, I would have bought a car long ago. Tom asked Mary if he could kiss her. It's quite delicious. Tom plans to live in Boston for more than a year. Don't forget your passport. I accidentally spilled the milk. There's no place to hide. Tom barely made it in time. Where exactly are we going? Don't talk about people behind their backs. Tom decided to tell Mary the truth. Listen, I'm really sorry. What time should I check in? Tom usually sleeps in this room. I'm grateful to you. I apologize for being late. How long did it take for the ambulance to arrive? Do you really expect me to give you money? I think that's a great idea. Tell me why I'm here. How can you be so naive? As I told you before, I have no choice. I'm on my way to meet Tom at the station right now. I'm planning to move back to Boston next year. Tom knew exactly what Mary meant. Tom pretended that he couldn't speak French. It has nothing to do with me. So far, I've told no one. It's impossible to eat soup with a fork. Tom promised Mary that he wouldn't be late. I've been here for 3 years. I don't have anything to eat. I'm still in bed. Enjoy your vacation. There used to be a prison here. Keep Keep your hands clean. What should I do if Tom calls? Tom announced his engagement to Mary. Help me clean out the garage. You should ask Tom to help you. Tom loves talking about politics. Can you introduce me to the girl talking with Tom? Tom would like to see you. Keep an eye on the girls. Let's discuss this over lunch. For all we know, Tom could be over 30. Were you busy? Tom went to Boston without even telling me he was planning to go there. There's one thing I don't understand. It was pretty dark. Tell me who I have to talk to. Tom probably thought I was at school. I fell asleep while listening to the radio. Tom asked Mary which way to turn. Tom finally got a job. For years, Tom suffered from migraine headaches. Stay away from the fire. How am I supposed to do this by myself? Find out what Tom knows. This is one of the best schools in the city. I don't care which choice you make. All you do is criticize others. Tom asked Mary what kind of movies she liked. Tom was the one who broke the window. I don't have time to finish my homework. Tom wondered who Mary was waiting for. I've known Tom since high school. Do you mind if I open the window? All I have is books. Let's go and talk to Tom. Exactly how much money was stolen? It's my turn to take out the trash. Tom needs to mow his lawn. Tom has to get ready for work. It's pretty cozy. The longer you wait to tell Tom, the harder it's going to be. What more do I need? Tom has been living in Boston for 3 years. There are plenty of idiots in the world. It's been a while since I've seen Tom. Let me know when you're ready. Tom accused Mary of stealing his money. It was nice of you to. It was nice of you to clean the office. When are we leaving? Everybody was wrong. Even when she's not wearing makeup, she's very beautiful. It's obvious Tom doesn't like Mary. I want a dog. How was the food? There's one more thing I need you to do. Have you finished writing that song you've been working on? Tom refuses to buy anything made in China. Tom had a lot of good ideas. It's hard to figure out who's telling the truth. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. Would it be okay if I didn't invite Tom to my party? It was hard for me to get out of bed this morning. Do you have any idea what Tom wants? I was wondering if you were still here. Tom asked why. Tom asked Mary why she was so late. Tom was able to solve the problem by himself. Let's talk about it when we get home. I'm lucky to be here. At this point, I don't need money. Let me give you an example. Tom would have succeeded if he'd worked harder. Tom asked me if he could watch TV with me. Tom accepted the gift. It was probably a mistake. Let's get together here once a week. Let's clean up this mess. I'm prepared to help Tom. I asked her if she had been to Mexico. You seem happy today. According to the thermometer, it's 30 degrees outside. Tom wondered if Mary loved him as much as he loved her. All you had to do was talk to Tom. Tom can swim very fast. There's no use arguing with Tom. Tom died of old age. How fast can you run? I have nothing to do now. I barely know you. Is there anyone here who can speak French? One thing that I didn't like about Boston was the weather. There's not much to tell. Tom wanted Mary to tell him her phone number. Tom abandoned the idea of buying a new truck. I have a good job. How many hours a day? How many hours a day do you study French? Tom tried to solve the problem. Frankly speaking, this novel isn't very interesting. A large number of people gathered in the square. Tom borrowed money from Mary. I already told Tom everything. How old are you kids? I was impressed by Tom's courage. When was the last time that happened? Tom was afraid that no one would come to his party. Everyone but Tom laughed. Tell me what you know about the incident. That's exactly why I didn't tell you. Didn't you hear what Tom just said? Could you please drive a little faster? Tom almost forgot to do his homework. Would you mind closing the window? There's no sign of infection. It's okay to make a couple of mistakes. There is no food. To make matters worse, it began to rain. I've been waiting for the bus for 3 hours. Where would you like to go first? Did you want to tell me something? Tom seemed really confused. I'm sorry for my terrible French. I'm still a beginner. Let me explain how this needs to be done. This is really funny. How would you like to pay? Tom went on eating. Tom likes camping on the beach. Is there an ATM nearby? Get me a towel. I'm certain that you saw Tom. I've been studying French for 3 years. I can't help thinking about Tom. There's room for discussion. I don't understand what this sentence means. How much money do you have with you right now? Tom asked me where he could put his coat. How will you convince Tom to lend you the money you need? The last time I saw him, he was very healthy. Help yourself to a piece of cake. No matter how much she eats, she never gains weight. Tom was the first one to finish eating. Let's be friends. I'm meeting I'm meeting Tom at the station at 2 o'clock. Tom kept me waiting. Tom kept me waiting for more than 30 minutes. As soon as she saw me, she started to cry. It took me 3 hours to write the letter. What are you going to be in the future? How long do butterflies live? This is quite new to me. For now, Tom can stay here. There's no doubt that Tom loved Mary. I ought to have attended the lecture. It's likely to take much longer than you expect. Try to read as many books as possible. There's almost no milk left in the glass. It's still not ready. Tom almost always wears dark clothes. What was so funny? Tom was about to leave when Mary knocked on the door. All you care about is yourself. As strange as it may sound, what Tom said is true. Can you show me where the bathroom is? That's what I was looking for. I have something I need to do. It's very dusty in here. It's dangerous to climb a mountain during a storm. I come from a long line of doctors. Have you been to Boston or Chicago in the past 3 weeks? There's only one place Tom is likely to hide. Except for Tom, I didn't know anyone there. Do you have anything in the refrigerator that I can eat? Tom allowed Mary to go home early. This is rather expensive. Remember what I told you. It's worth talking about. Come to my office anytime. I've known Tom for almost 10 years. I'm thrilled to be back. I'm sorry to cause you all this trouble. Let's go back to the hotel. Don't ask me to explain it. What kind of books do you read? Some of the guests have arrived. Are you allergic to anything? Can someone help me? Generally speaking, boys can run faster than girls. I wish I had studied French when I was in high school. How long have you been learning English? Let's continue the game after supper. I'm excited about I'm excited about going to Boston. Would you like a cup of tea? It's really It's really dangerous. How's going? How's married life going? Tom enjoys watching sports on TV. There are lots of things for us to think about. Tom wishes he had a larger office. For the time being, I must share this room with my friend. Of course, I remember you. Tom asked me about my new job. In the near future, space travel will no longer be just a dream. This is one of the most dangerous places on Earth. What would have happened if Tom had come? How do you know? How do you know for sure? I'm almost finished writing the report. I've been a teacher for 5 years. I congratulate you on passing the examination. Do you want to be rich? That's where they found Tom's body. Much more than. He has much more free time than I have. Just tell me where you are. Let me know if you find anything. How long ago did you start studying French? It's nice to be home. Tom insisted on paying for dinner. Tom also has a house in Boston. This seems too easy. Many people think Tom is a snob, but I don't think he is. I'm ready for my next challenge. Neither of us wants to get married. Do you understand? Do you understand what you have to do? It hasn't been easy for someone to. It hasn't been easy for Tom to learn how to walk again. There are a few boats on the lake. I can't count the number of times I've been here. You said you loved me. I don't care where you're from. I'm responsible for Tom's safety. I'm sure the guy you saw wasn't Tom. Not so, as. The problem is not so simple as it seems. You forgot to take the trash out this morning. I don't remember seeing you before. There's absolutely no chance Tom will win the race. There's something else. There's something else I need you to do. Tom wondered what. Tom wondered what Mary wanted him to say. Tom asked me how. Tom asked me how long my parents had been married before they separated. Half as. Your flat is half as large as mine. I can recommend a good lawyer. I don't care about the price. Don't say anything about what happened here. Tom asked for my advice. A bunch of people told me not to eat there. I admit I made a mistake. Tom would do anything for you. Actually, Tom is my boss. Don't cry. Everything's going to be okay. What about next Sunday? Tom asked Mary whether she planned to swim or not. Generally, women live 10 years longer than men. Tom advised Mary to go to the police. All of us speak French. I brought you some food. Tom often eats in bed. How has your life changed? How has your life changed since you got married? Hopefully, Tom will change his mind. Tell me where Tom took Mary. What time are you meeting Tom? I've got to get back to the office by 2 o'clock. Tom bought a camera from Mary. You might be right. Tom suddenly stopped smiling. I think it's unlikely that Tom will marry Mary. All we can do is wait for the police to arrive. That's exactly what I want. Is it possible to cry underwater? That's the way I used to do it. It's difficult for me to understand French when it's spoken quickly. What time do you think Tom will be back? Tom called to say he's on his way. Can you give me an example? For the millionth time, I'm sorry. Where should I put my coat? You can use this pen. There are no options. Tom always brushes his teeth after meals. Tom wondered why Mary was so angry. Am I doing this right? For the lack of something better to do, Tom started cleaning his room. Sometimes you surprise me, as. I'm as hungry as a horse. What time do you usually get up on Saturday? There's a possibility that I'll get killed. Tom thinks he knows where Mary went. It was really sad. I cut myself while shaving. I can't understand why Tom hates me. Tom asked me who my French teacher was. Tom may be able to come tomorrow. Tom was too tired to speak. I'm glad you're here with me. Tom found it difficult to understand Mary. It's probably hard. There's nothing I can do to help you now. It's almost time to go home. Tom thought it was a good idea. I'm going to stay here and watch TV. Finally, it's Friday. I honestly didn't know Tom would be here. Tom acts like he knows everything. Don't bother to pick me up at the hotel. This is exactly what I wanted to happen. It's about time you went to bed. Put it on the shelf. I wish the rain would stop. Tom appears to be asleep. You need new shoes. I appreciate what she did for me. Everyone except Tom left. See what you can do with it. What do I have to be afraid of? Let's forget about what happened last night. In comparison with country life is very peaceful in comparison with city life. I can't remember exactly what Tom said. Tom has a daughter whose name is Mary. What if I refuse? Tom seldom speaks to me anymore. What's the worst injury you've ever had? How well do you speak French? That's why I love you. From the look on your face, I can tell that you have good news. I enjoyed this book. In time you will understand. This is the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in. This is what I've been looking for. Can you think of anyone who might be able to babysit our kids tonight? Tom admitted that Tom admitted that he was a thief. Which one do you think? Which one do you think I should buy?